Yo, what's good YouTube? It's Russo here. And you know, we're here to rank the NBA teams, all 30 of them. We're going to be putting them A, you know, that means playing pretty well. B, yeah, doing okay. C, average. D, you're struggling. F, you're just shit. So, we're gonna, you know, they're gonna be a few circumstances to this. So teams that were expected to do well but struggle will be worse than teams around that same level that didn't have expectations. And teams that are doing really well but didn't have expectations going in, they get a little bit of a boost, if you know what I mean. So for example, the Atlanta Hawks, they have a record. I also have the NBA standings open here on my right to reference if I need to look back on anything. So they have a 4-6 record. And you think, oh, that could be worthy of a D. But you think the Atlanta Hawks, no one really gave them a chance going in the season, right? We've seen Trae Young go off so many times this season. John Collins, he was having a decent year as well. Until he got injured, sadly. He's still injured. Trae Young obviously was injured, now he's back, and yeah, he's been killing it. So, we will vary these, they will probably move around. We got the Boston Celtics next. What are they, 8-1? Need I say no more. Best team in the league so far, without a doubt. They did lose the first night, and I thought they would have struggled a bit losing Al Horford. Al Horford's one of those smart basketball guys that just always knows. He's got the intangibles, you always know what he's doing. And when Celtics lost him and replaced him with like Enes Kanter, it's like, you know, that's not going to work. Including that, you lose Kyrie Irving, who was a bit of a cancer for that team, you could say. And they've really embraced Kemba Walker. And yeah, they're 8-1, well deserved, or 9-1. Yeah, obviously we're ranking teams after 10 games. So the Brooklyn Nets, that is a D. Now, I don't know, a lot of people didn't think that'd be amazing, but everyone thought that'd be, you know, a for sure like 4 seed. They are, where are they? Brooklyn Nets, they are 9 seed, they are 4-6. So, I mean, that just like that. Atlanta Hawks, I said they're C because no one gave them everyone thought the Brooklyn Nets would be higher than the Atlanta Hawks. Of course, obviously, they have no Kevin Durant. And you could make a case that I should put them in the C. We'll see how the list goes, but they have been struggling. Kyrie Irving's been amazing. But other than that, they haven't had much production, really. Caris LeVert having a decent year as well, I'm fairly sure. Chicago Bulls and probably a D team. Everyone was saying they might be a sneaky playoff team. Obviously, they're still young. But Lauri Markkanen hasn't quite taken the next step we thought he all would have. We all thought he would have like put up all-star numbers this season. Zach LaVine has taken it down a notch. Wendell Carter Jr., he's getting better, which was expected for a sophomore. And Kobe White, I don't know how to feel about Kobe White. Some game, he started off the season blazing hot, then he went on a bit of a rut. Now he seems like he's getting back on that nice little slope of going upwards, so that's good to see. I have the Bulls D right now with Clippers. They are a B team, but we know if Paul George is playing, they're probably an A team. I mean, then top it all off, they have Kawhi Leonard taking load management games. So, they are a B team, but we all know that their talent is definitely A standard. Charlotte Hornets, I'm almost tempted to put them C, but they're going to go D. I think they're 4-8 now after today's loss. 4-7, sorry, not 4-8, I meant 12 games. But 4-7, almost tempted to put them, we'll see how it goes. But everyone thought Charlotte Hornets would have been shit. I mean, me included. Like, you look at their roster, Terry Rozier, Cody Zeller. Yeah, PJ Washington, who's been a beast. He struggled today against the Memphis Grizzlies. Who else have they got? They got Dwayne Bacon, who's been killing it. Devontae Graham. So we've got Malik Monk, of course, and Miles Bridges. So they actually, you know, everyone thought they would have been shit. And obviously they're not amazing. They probably still won't make playoffs. But they're showing they can be competitive, and that's great for the fans. Obviously, you're supporting a tanking team, you want them to get a high draft pick, but there's nothing wrong if they're going to compete. Cleveland Cavaliers, they're a C team, in my eyes. I think they are 4-6. They are 4-6, and a big part of that has been to the rejuvenation of Tristan Thompson. He has been lighting it up. One of the top centers in the league, which is crazy. It only feels like a few years ago he's getting out-rebounded by Steph Curry in the finals. But he's having a killer year. Kevin Love also being back is really helping him. Colin Sexton improving on a very good rookie season, which is great. Darius Garland still struggling. And then you got nice pieces like Larry Nance, who hasn't been the greatest still. He's taking a step back really. Chetty Osman is still there kicking it. And John Beilein, yeah, they're not looking too bad. Everyone thought they would have been like the second worst team behind Charlotte, but yeah, they're proven they can be competitive. Denver Nuggets, that's an A team, easily. In my eyes, they have one of the best depths in the league. So obviously you got your stars in Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, who in my eyes was the best center in the league last year. He's kind of taken a notch down, but then he hit a few game winners against two top centers in Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid, so he's proven he's still very much elite. And then you have you know, great plays like great 3-and-D play like Gary Harris, and then you got players like Monte Morris, who had one of the best assist to turnovers ratios last year, and Malik Beasley. You got Will Barton. They just got depth all over the place. And then you think Michael Porter Jr. too could have been a first pick in the draft like last year if he never had all those injuries. He's still coming off their bench, still coming off injury. The Houston Rockets, they could be a B team. I'm gonna check their record. They are, my blind, where they're second. Oh, so they're 8-3. Yeah, they did win today. I know that. I'll definitely put them there. I don't know. Everyone thought they would have struggled with Russ and Harden, me included. Obviously, they made the finals by OKC, but they had Kevin Durant there as well. Because you think Russ and Harden, they both have high usage rates. They both turn over the ball like crazy. Question marks over if Russ can play off ball. And Russ, he has taken it down a notch. He hasn't, like James Harden, he's just been on another level, really. Russ had 4 fouls in the first quarter today against the LA Clippers, who they beat. And Harden dropped, what, 47 points? Harden's averaging 38 points. That is legendary stuff. LA Lakers, easily an 18. Easily an 18. LeBron James. That's the thing, LeBron James, you obviously think, who's better talent-wise, Miami LeBron or Los Angeles LeBron? Everyone's going to say Miami LeBron, right? But the fact is, now LeBron's going 35 next month. He has something that you can only get through playing this long, and that's that savvy experience. He's averaging the most assists in the league. He's been killing it. Him and Anthony Davis have looked great together. And then you have, yeah, exactly, Anthony Davis. He's been killing it this season. So LeBron, AD, you have great shooters, and Avery Bradley, Danny Green, also great defenders, might I add. All used to be on all defensive teams. You got JaVale McGee, he's doing alright. Dwight Howard, obviously, looking like a potential 6-man. I don't think he will, but he's showing that he's bringing great energy off the big, showing that energy off the bench, sorry. Showing great defensive prowess and good rebounds. He's been having a good year, Dwight. I'm glad to see him, you know, starting to find his form a bit. Milwaukee Bucks, that is an A team. I believe they are top 3 in the East. So, yeah. Kind of tempted to put them in B. We'll see. I want to vary these. This might go to A team. You can honestly say they're like B+, A-. Giannis is having another terrific year. And then Eric Bledsoe, I'm fairly sure he's starting to slow down. Last time I checked, his numbers weren't great. But, yeah, they're still doing their thing. Obviously, Chris Middleton getting injured sucks. Did Bledsoe get injured too? No, Bledsoe didn't get injured. I know Middleton got that leg injury, which is a huge loss, but they added veterans like Kyle Korver, who's been killing it, shooting really high percentage. The Miami Heat, I want to say they're an A team, because I am a Heat fan, and I don't want to, could put them B, but heading into the season, a lot of people are saying they're going to be an 8th seed, this, that. Jimmy Butler signed for a mediocre team. They're showing they can compete with the top dogs. They beat the Bucks, they beat the Houston Rockets. Got a few losses on back-to-backs. Jimmy Butler's back. He's been killing it. Bam Adebayo's taken the next step. Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn have been proving their worth. Goran Dragic looks like a potential 6th-man of the year. And you top that all off, you have a top 5 coach in the league in Eric Spoelstra. You could put them A tier. I'll put them B tier for now. We'll see how it goes. They could be an A team, both them and Bucks. Dallas Mavericks, I got B team. B tier, sorry. Are they 6-3? They're 6-4. They could easily be, I'll put them C team. They could be B team. Kristaps has been struggling a bit. Luka, though, he is looking amazing. Future MVP in my eyes. I reckon he'll be MVP by 2022. 2022 or 2023. He's looked amazing. And then, yeah, what else do you have to say about him? Like, Kristaps has been struggling a bit. Tim Hardaway Jr., he's had a few streaky games. Pelicans, they are a D team. You could put them in F, and to be honest, I think I will put them in F. Yeah, I was gonna say that I have no Zion Williamson, but I mean, they haven't looked amazing. Obviously, no Zion, and they're a pretty young team overall. Lonzo got injured, but Brandon Ingram, he is having a very good year. Very good year for Mr. Ingram. I'm very proud to see he's finally taken another great step forward. The New York Knicks, they're an F team. Yeah, this has been a very rough season. You have Julius Randle, who was with the Pelicans last year, and he averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds, 11 rebounds, because he played in such a fast-paced team. And now he's transitioning to a slower-paced team with the Knicks and David Fizdale. His numbers have dipped, and he's not having that same production output he was doing at New Orleans. So there's that. OKC, they're a D team. No one really had high. I thought they might have been a sneaky playoff team. They certainly still could be. Chris Paul still trying to find his feet. He's been doing really well. His stats aren't showing up, but if you watch the game, he's impacting the game in so many ways. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's having a great season as well. And yeah, Gallinari's been doing his thing as well. I see got Roberson coming back from injury, which would be a good defensive piece. The Orlando Magic, they could be an F team, but they're D. I did watch them beat the Sixers today. They looked very good. Jonathan Isaac, I'm a huge fan of. I kind of see a few Giannis similarities in Isaac, just the way they both have a unique skill set with that frame. And the way Giannis plays, he dribble drives, penetrates, collapses defense, finds the shooter. Isaac don't have that support. If Isaac had the likes of Kyle Korver, Bledsoe, Middleton, we might see him put up big assist numbers, but the fact he's playing with players like Markelle Fultz, he can't really shoot. Kind of hurts, but Isaac has looked good, and he was one of my breakout plays prediction, and he has looked good. He's looked very nice. Portland Trailblazers, that's a D team. They've looked terrible, and a big part of that is because they got rid of all their wing defenders. You had Evan Turner, you had Al-Farouq Aminu, you had Mo Harkless, who's a terrific defender, and then you also lose a good stretch 5 in Myers Leonard, and then you bring in Hassan Whiteside, and I've watched Whiteside play in the Heat for the last 4 years. He does put up numbers. He is an insane athlete. But the problem with Whiteside is it doesn't always translate to wins. Normally when he puts up numbers, they always lose. And now he's at Trailblazers. He's putting up some good numbers and they just can't find a way to win. I can only pin it on Whiteside and their lack of wing defenders. I do see them going for a Kevin Love trade in the future if they still start to boil over. We'll see how that pans out, but for now, definitely a D team. A lot of people had high expectations for him, and they've certainly been struggling. CJ McCollum, he's been doing very bad. Still averaging 20 points, but just not efficient enough. Damian Lillard having a very good season. One of the MVPs at the moment, you could say. Indiana Pacers. They're a C team. Obviously, they have a few injuries. Domantas Sabonis is having a killer season. Miles Turner, is he back? He was injured. I might have to check on that. But they did get off to a slow start, obviously, but now they're starting to find their feet again, which is great to see. Malcolm Brogdon is having a killer of a season. Bucks really should have kept him over. Honestly, Brogdon's probably better than Bledsoe when you think about it, but yeah, obviously when they got Oladipo back, they will be very good. Are they 7-4 right now? They're 7-4 right now. Can we see a streak? So yeah, 4-game win streak. You could almost argue they're a B team, and you almost could, considering they have no Oladipo. Once again, we'll see how it varies out, because I do want to put injuries into this other than Kevin Durant, because he's done for the season, really. Detroit Pistons, D team. You could argue they're a C, because they have no Reggie Jackson, obviously, till like January. I think it was Reggie Jackson. Could be McCup. They have a few injuries. Or was it Lance Thomas? Either way, Blake Griffin is injured. He just came back, of course, but he wasn't ready for back-to-back. He's still slowly transitioning to that start and roll again. And yeah, they just haven't looked good. Andre Drummond is having a really good season. They haven't really played Sekou Doumbouya that much. Derrick Rose, he's actually looked good. So they have a few injuries. You could argue they're a C team. Are they 4-7 right now? They're 4-8. So yeah, probably D. Yeah, we'll keep them there. Obviously, they have injuries. And when they have Blake and D Rose and all those boys back, they probably will compete again. Probably be maybe a low playoff team. We'll see how it goes. Sacramento, I know they're on a roll right now, but is it enough to push them up to C? What's their record? Sacramento, they are 4-6, and I can't. You know what? They'll go C, because you think about it, they have no De'Aaron Fox, they have no Marvin Bagley, and they're still putting up wins. I watched them beat a team. They beat the Portland Trailblazers yesterday, so I'm fairly sure they beat Trailblazers yesterday at the time of this recording. And yeah, so they have no Fox and Bagley. If they were 4-6, I would have put them in the D tier. But since they have those boys missing, they're still competing really hard. That's a C tier worthy, especially the slow start they got off, and now they're starting to finally rally wins. Now here's a team I've been very impressed with: the Phoenix Suns. They're a B team. I think they're 6-4. They're 6-4 and 8th seed. But they go B tier because no one expects them to be good, and me included. Obviously, every season they always shift through head coaches. Every season, new head coach. They finally got Monty Williams, and he just, I don't know, he's really found a way to get the best out of every player's talents. Aaron Baines is having an amazing year. And taking into account, DeAndre Ayton is suspended for another 20 games or so. And Aaron Baines, just a rotation player in Boston, has came over to Phoenix and a part of a trade for a future pick. Is now averaging like nearly 20 points or some shit like that. Shooting nearly 50% from 3. Making himself a legitimate stretch 5. One of the best shooting big men in the league all of a sudden. Aaron Baines used to be great at as the pick and roller, but now as a stretch 5 he's really proven his worth. And Devin Booker obviously having a great season. He's finally playing with a legit point guard. Obviously he had Eric Bledsoe for the first 2 seasons or so, but Ricky Rubio, he's a traditional point guard. He loves passing that rock, and Rubio's having a great season too, so they are worthy of a B team. The Spurs are a C team. They did go off to a really good start. Since then, they kind of slowed down. Are they 5-6 or 6-5? They're 5-6, so they're a C team. They did go off to a great start. Now they're starting to slow down a bit, but non Popovich, I still find they will be a playoff team. 76ers, I kind of want to say they're a C. Nah, they're a B team. They're a B team for sure. Here's the problem with Sixers, like, obviously they didn't play Joel Embiid today because of load management and shit, but if one of those starters goes missing, that whole team just kind of crumbles apart. You have Tobias Harris on a 5-year, $185 million deal, and he hasn't quite lived up to it. He's still struggling, but Jay Rich, he's had a few good games. He's been doing alright lately. Yeah, Ben Simmons, who still can't shoot. Korkmaz has been doing great. Scott's not been doing too bad off the bench, but what's the word? After that starting 5, that bench is just so weak, and I don't like. Their starting 5 one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league, but the bench is what really brings them down. I feel if Joel Embiid does get injured, because we do know he is injury prone. He missed the first 2 seasons of his career to injury. If he gets injured, I feel the team could struggle a bit. Obviously, they didn't win without him today. That's whatever. Toronto Raptors, I kind of want to say they're an A team, but we'll say they're B team. Pascal Siakam, he has been amazing. Like, amazing. He's an MVP candidate at this point. He dropped 36 points today against I'm trying to remember who it was. The Portland Trailblazers, because I watched it. So, yeah, Siakam's looked amazing. Fred VanVleet looks amazing too. And their coach, Nick Nurse, he's having a great season too. So even with the loss of Kawhi Leonard, Kyle Lowry injured at the moment, they've still been winning games against the top side in Portland. That was meant to be anyways. Utah Jazz are a B team. Obviously they got off to a good start. They were winning a few games that were a bit iffy, but they pulled through. Mike Conley got off to a slow start, but it looks like he's starting to find his feet now again. Bogdanovic has been a great signing for them. Obviously hit the game winner the other day. But yeah, Jazz looked alright. Is their record like 7-4? 8-3, so that's even better. You could argue they're an A team. And we'll see. Denver Nuggets actually 7-3, so Denver might actually get pushed down to B. So we'll get back to that. Warriors at the F team. Do I need to explain? You know, riddled with injuries. Eric Pascal's looked amazing. D'Lo's looked amazing too. Outside of that, it's just been shit, really, hasn't it? They got Curry injured. They got Clay injured. Draymond's playing a few games here and there. Jordan Poole's playing. It's just, yeah, it's a tough season for Warriors, but don't worry. Next season, you'll get Clay. You'll get Steph back. You'll get maybe a top 10 pick. Big cool if you got like, oh, James Wiseman can't get drafted, but it's whatever. I wouldn't worry, Warriors fans, because next season you will be like a top 5 West seed again. Then you get a great draft pick and get Curry and Clay back to the greatest shooters of all time, you could say. Obviously Curry. Clay's probably top 5 shooter. Don't know if you can put him over Ray just yet. Washington Wizards, that's an F. Obviously they got John Wall injured. Bradley Beal's been hooping. Rui Hachimura has been looking pretty amazing. He was one of the rookies I thought looked ready right out the gates. See where the Wizards are. So they're 2-7, exactly. They're having a terrible year. They put up a good fight against Boston today. But, yeah, obviously, Bradley Beal on his own just isn't enough. Thomas Bryant's looked alright. Like, he's had good promise as just a rebounder center. And he's shown ability to stretch the floor at times, but not at a consistent rate. Memphis, might put them in C. They did win today. Ja Morant got the game winner. What's their record? They're 4-7. And could they be... You know, I might give them the benefit of the doubt. I got Oklahoma D. Ugh. Alright, well, we will readjust in a few moments because we'll see how all teams are. And Minnesota Timberwolves could put in B tier, sorry. Andrew Wiggins has finally looked great. You could argue when Jimmy Butler was on the Timberwolves, he kind of stunted Wiggins. maybe that was one of the reasons, or Tom Thibodeau. But Wiggins has finally found that form. Remember, he averaged 23 points in like his 3rd season, whatever it was. And now he's finally found that form. Karl Anthony Towns looked like he's the best center so far. And yeah, they've done an alright job. So I'll rearrange this order, and then we'll, I'll get back to you on it. So see you in a sec. Alright, so we are back. I have made a few changes. What did I do? I've moved Denver Nuggets down to B team. I put Celtics Lakers as the A team because they've looked the best 2 teams, obviously. So it wouldn't be fair to put Nuggets amongst with them because Nuggets haven't been as good as them. I put Brooklyn up 1 because I do have Kevin Durant injured. I was saying injuries were a part of everything, so I mean, it's only fair they get that same treatment, right? So obviously no KD. They are 4 and 6, so they deserve to go there. Who else did I move down? Detroit, you could. What's the Pistons record? The Pistons are 4 and 8. Obviously, it's a terrible record, but they got no. Sorry, Pistons fans. Don't. If your team is probably a C or B with all injury free, I just can't say you're a B team or C team with your record like that. I know Blake is injury prone and Derrick Rose is injury prone, and obviously Reggie Jackson's still injured, but yeah, I just can't. And obviously there's the F tier. They've just been crap. Obviously no Zion there, no Steph and Clay there, no John Wall there, and well, Knicks. I don't have to explain anything. And Clippers got no Paul George. I feel like most of that's alright. The Phoenix Suns are 6 and 4, but let's face it, none of us thought they'd be 6 and 4. So hats off to them. And yeah, I feel like most of these make sense. So yeah, if you have any questions about this, please ask in the comments. That's the best thing about being basketball fans. We can debate with each other. If you didn't enjoy something about this, don't dislike the video, because that is a dog thing to do, and you are not a dog. So if you want to say something, just leave it in the comments and we can debate it if you want. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like. We're nearly at 300 subscribers, so it'd mean a lot if you did subscribe to your boy. And yeah, till next time, fellas, it's been Russo NBA, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.